Tonight, our special coverage on Israel's war on Palestine as the families of female Palestinian prisoners await their return after years of imprisonment. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Sayed. Today is the 47th day since Israel started bombing Palestine. The Qatari Foreign Ministry has announced that a 4-day truce is set to commence Friday at 7 a.m. local time. The first release of 13 Israeli prisoners is scheduled for around 4 p.m. Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails will also be released, and aid trucks will enter Gaza through the Rafah crossing. Families of Israeli captives are expressing frustration and holding the government accountable for a lack of information during the truce. The Israeli defense chief is calling the upcoming pause in fighting as a quote, brief respite. He anticipates a resumption of intense fighting after the truce lasting at least another 2 months. He says the fighting will pressure for the release of more hostages. Despite the truce deal, tensions persist in Palestine. Gaza's health ministry has stopped coordinating hospital evacuations with the World Health Organization. The news comes after the arrest of the director of Al Shifa Hospital by Israel. The Israeli communications minister is accusing Haaretz of defeatist and false propaganda against Israel during wartime. Haaretz is the longest running Israeli newspaper. It has been critical of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government and its actions. The minister is calling for a halt in government advertising with the newspaper. The number of Palestinians killed in the West Bank since October 7th has risen to 229. In Gaza, the death toll has risen to over 14,800. Out of these, 6,150 are children. The government media office reports about 7,000 Palestinians are missing, either under rubble or on roads. 207 medical staff members, 26 civil defense members, and 65 journalists have been killed. More than 36,000 people have been injured. At least 75% of the injured are women and children. The office is calling for the Rafah border crossing to be open around the clock. It is urging for the distribution of medical supplies and aid to all hospitals in Gaza. The families of female Palestinian prisoners are anxiously awaiting the release of their loved ones in exchange for Israeli captives as part of a truce deal between Israel and Hamas. The mother of Sharuk Dwayet, the longest serving female Palestinian prisoner in Israeli jails, is feeling nervous anticipation. Sharuk was arrested when she was 18 years old. She is accused of attempting to stab an Israeli settler, a charge her family denies. She was sentenced to 16 years in prison. Witnesses present at the time of arrest say an Israeli settler tried to pull off Dwayet's hijab while she was walking past. She pushed back, and Israeli soldiers fired 4 bullets into her body. Dwayet remained on the ground, injured and bleeding, for an hour and a half before being arrested. Another Israeli prisoner, Awatif Daradat, is expected to be released. Daradat was arrested for speaking out against the occupation. As part of the truce, Israel has agreed to release 150 Palestinian women and children from its prisons in exchange for Hamas releasing 50 Israeli women and children. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund in the Middle East and North Africa region is calling on global leaders to turn their attention towards the critical condition of children in Gaza. UNICEF says children in Gaza continue to suffer from the relentless onslaught of destruction, attacks, displacement, and lack of essential supplies such as food, water, and medicine. On this World Children's Day, Gaza has been grieving the loss of 5,600 young residents. The high number of child casualties made the event the day of mourning for the Palestinian people. The disturbing figures have led to urgent calls for an international investigation into the Israeli attacks. Al Jazeera Media has posted a video of Israeli children singing about the annihilation of Gaza. The media outlet says the video was briefly shared on November 19th by Israeli public broadcaster Khan News. It was subsequently deleted. This video, titled Friendship Song, features a group of children singing about Gaza. The controversial lyrics of the song have caused widespread backlash. Many Israelis have also criticized the song. In the video, the children can be heard singing. Within a year, we will annihilate everyone, and then we will return to plow our fields. Planes are bombing, destruction, destruction. Look, the IDF is crossing the line to annihilate the swastika bearers. In another year, there will be nothing there, and we will safely return to our homes. The controversial lyrics have sparked discussions about the appropriateness of such content, particularly when involving children. The song is reportedly a re recording of an old tune. It was originally written by an Israeli poet after the 1948 war that led to the creation of the State of Israel. David Sheen, an independent filmmaker and writer, translated the modified lyrics into English from Hebrew for a Palestinian news website. He says the new version of the song contains lyrics that many find deeply concerning. The National Council of Canadian Muslims has raised concerns over remarks made by the former national director of the Jewish Defense League. Mayor Weinstein has suggested that people in Toronto should learn how to fight, learn how to shoot if Canada accepts refugees from Gaza. His statement came in response to a question about the potential arrival of refugees from Gaza in the coming months. Weinstein's remarks have drawn strong condemnation. Salma Zahid, a member of parliament from Scarborough Centre in Ontario, has expressed concern. She says Weinstein's comments are deeply disturbing. She says the comments are an apparent call to violence that has no place in Canadian society. She is urging the authorities to investigate the incident thoroughly. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad. Assalamu alaikum.